I'm coming at you live from beautiful Las Vegas. Fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. And this is the view from my room today. Right across the other side of the Interstate 15, you see the Mirage, the Treasure Island, the Caesar's Palace, just to name a few. Coming at you every Tuesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. It's the Chugger John Show. A program, or you call it a blog, you know, a vlog. Some people even call it a podcast. That's right. Coming at ya live. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that share button. Aight? Aight. So what's going on today, everybody? This is how you're going to be looking at me. Just my mouth. Just my mouth yapping. I'm just going to be yapping today. All right, so I had a really great 4th of July holiday time off from driving. Hope everybody out there had a good time too. There were many mass shootings besides the one in Chicago. It was horrible. When is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? My God. It is ridiculous. And it's just these weird little white punk motherfuckers getting their hands on AR-15s. When is it gonna stop? When are the Republicans in Congress going to say enough is enough? There was even an Arizona representative, I forget exactly if she was a state representative or if she was in the Congress. She said that she would kill her own children, her own grandchildren, or some bullshit. Whatever the exact quote was, it's so ridiculous the way they twist themselves into these pretzel shapes just to defend the goddamn gun industry. Stop defending the goddamn gun industry. They don't need you. They're fucking wealthy enough to begin with. They're a multi-billion-dollar industry, corporations. How much more money do you need from them? At what point do you draw the line and say, wait, human lives are more important than me bending every which way and contorting myself into every known position in the Kama Sutra to try to appease these motherfuckers? How much longer do we have to put up with this shit? Of people being out and celebrating the birth of this nation. And they can't even do that without the fear of some fucking little weirdo twerp punk ass bitch motherfucker getting a fucking AR-15 and starting to plow down everybody and mow down people with his fucking gun because he's got some fucking, I don't know, what the fuck is wrong with that motherfucker? We shouldn't have to be in such fear in our own goddamn country over some punk ass bitch who can get his hands on a fucking mass murdering machine. If this is the only issue you vote on, this is the issue. This fall. What party is trying to get sensible gun safety laws passed? It ain't the Republicans, I'll tell you that much for sure right now. What party is trying to make this place a little bit safer? Is trying to make it so that not any little fucking punk ass bitch who has some little fucking hair up his ass can go get a gun and start shooting people. What party is trying to stop that? It ain't the Republicans, I'll tell you that much for sure right now. So this fall, for these midterm elections, you need to get out and vote. We need to vote so we can save lives. That's the bottom line. It's about saving lives now at this point. And it has been for a long time, but we can't continue to go on this way. We can't keep up living with the fear of these mass shootings every fucking day. It's got to stop. It's got to end. I'm sick of it. You're sick of it. We're all sick of it, apparently, except for a handful of, or maybe really a complete party, the Republican Party. They're not sick of it because they keep obstructing and they keep defending the gun industry. So they don't give a fuck about you or your safety, your kids' safety, none of that. It's all bullshit. So this fall, you need to vote like you've never voted before. And I can tell you, the Republicans are not for your safety or your health. That's all I'll say about that. Started us off on a little rant today, but an important one. Because I think we're all, a lot of us have been sick of it for a long, long time. And I think more and more and more and more of us are, it's got to reach some sort of it's got to reach some sort of a tipping point here. A tipping point where people will actually, I don't know. I don't know, man. We need to, we need to protest peacefully. We need to contact our representatives, whether it's through phone calls or sending postcards, those little 3x5 postcards you can get at the post office, or whether it's through social media, whatever it is. We need to get the message to our elected representatives that we are sick and tired of this bullshit, and we're not going to take it anymore. And we need to vote. And I know there's a whole lot of things, but right now I'm talking about guns. But of course, there's Roe v. Wade. There's a whole slew of things that the Supreme Court has been shooting down. There's so many issues that are so important right now. And we don't start winning these elections, and we don't keep the House, and we don't pick up seats in the Senate, then we're just going to go backwards. And more than backwards. We're going to lose. We're going to lose what we have. We're going to lose this democracy unless we get out and vote. Vote like your life depends on it, because it does. I don't know if anyone's ever going to see this video, but I gotta just get this shit off my mind, I guess. Because it's really some dark shit, man. These shootings have got to stop. You know, and I can tell you, voting for Republicans is not going to stop the shootings. So you vote for whoever you want to vote, but vote. Everyone needs to vote. Let's have a big turnout. All the people, we had, what, 81 million people voted for Joe Biden in 2020? We need that 81 million to show up. You need to show up in November. If you showed up in 2020, there's no reason why you can't show up in 2022, unless you're dead, right? Unless you're dead or in a coma. Other than that, you got no excuse. So, get out there and do it, man. Here I am, sitting in my room. I'm staying at the Rio today. Got a really good deal. I go through hotwire.com and they have good deals. I got this room for $17, and it's like a suite. It's nice. It's a sweet suite. And so here I am. Here I am. I'm brought to you like a hurricane. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I had a really nice weekend. I took some time off, a few days off. Went down to Anaheim, and I got a luxurious room down there at the Motel 6, and just about a mile away from Disneyland. So I met the kids down there, and my kids' mama down there, and we had a couple of rooms, and we went to Dodger game on the 4th of July, and we had a really good time at the game. It was a really good game, so because I'm a Dodger fan, so and the Dodgers won, so of course that was a good time for us because we're all Dodger fans in the family, as far as I know, pretty much. I posted some videos of that. You can see that my kids. It was also sort of like a belated Father's Day because I wasn't able to get home for Father's Day, and they got me this really nice white Dodger jersey with Clayton Kershaw's number and his name on the back. So that was pretty awesome. So I wore that to the game. And my son had one that he bought for himself, a Mookie Betts one. So we're all decked out in our Dodger gear. And it was a beautiful day. The weather was only like in the 70s, and there was a nice cool breeze. It couldn't have been better. It was perfect. And so we got down there, and yeah, it was very just a nice, pleasant day, and they had festivities going on, and then the game went on, and the Dodgers ended up pulling it out, and they won, and so it was great. And then the fireworks show was really, really beautiful fireworks show. Just a great day. I couldn't have asked for a better day. And so then we did have a little trouble finding our car because we had to go. The way we exited it was like on the other side of the stadium, and since everyone stayed for the fireworks show, it was a real clusterfuck because a lot of times people start leaving in the 7th or 8th inning or 9th inning. So if you stay till the 9th inning, which I usually would stay till the 9th inning, then a lot of the traffic is kind of cleared out a little bit, But since everybody was there to watch the fireworks show, then when the fireworks got out, like everyone, all 47,000 people, or whatever it was, were all leaving at the same time, and we had a really long walk, and then we couldn't. Then when we got sort of in the general area. I couldn't remember, and the parking lot that we were at, it really wasn't marked. It wasn't like some of the areas where they have numbers and stuff. And so we were kind of walking around. It kind of took a while, but like a half an hour to find our car. So finally, we found the car, and we got out of there. And it was, kind of a clusterfuck getting up, but that was the only probably down part of it. But that's just the way it is, It's a crowded situation. And then so we got back to the hotel and everything. Went to bed, got some sleep, and then the next morning, we all got up, had breakfast, and then headed on over to Disneyland. And we spent the day at Disneyland. And I haven't been to Disneyland, I don't think, like 15 years or something. I don't know. Because my kids are like 22, 24 now. And I can't remember the last time. I know I went with them. I think they were still at least, I don't know, middle school or maybe like sixth grade or something. I don't know. It's been a long time since I went to Disneyland. And so it was really cool. And they have a lot of new Star Wars stuff. And that's kind of the main reason. Like my son wanted to go, and we all wanted to go. But to see all this new Star Wars stuff, but it was really fantastic. They really did a great job. I don't know if they call it Star Wars Land or whatever they call it, but and I posted videos on that too if you want to check it out. It was so well done, so authentic, and so detailed. They have a lot of the spaceships, and they have some pod racers, and then they have the towns, the little buildings and villages they made. It looks just like something out of Star Wars. It was really awesome. So if you like Star Wars, then and you go there, it's like you feel like you're walking in a Star Wars, actual universe of Star Wars, actual location. So that was really awesome, and the rides were really cool too. We went on, I think it was called Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, I think it's called. And so, and when you're walking in, it's almost like you're walking in these kind of Star Wars kind of either spaceships or the tunnels they have, if they're like in a hangar or whatever. It's so cool. Then you finally get to the Millennium Falcon, and you go in, and it's like, there you are, you're in that cockpit, And so my son and my daughter, they took the two front seats. They got to be like the pilots, and then Draga and I were behind them. We were the gunners. I mean, shoot like the guns and stuff. And then my son's girlfriend, she was in the back. She was the engineer, and we all had stuff to do, little buttons to push, And so it was really cool. I liked that a lot. And then the next one we went on was called Star Wars, The Rise of the Resistance, I think it's called. And so we got in that line, and I think that took over an hour, I don't know, but we finally got through it, hour and a half, I think, whatever it was. But it was well worth the wait, because that is really awesome. It's like you go in, it's all from the latest trilogy with what's the guy, Rilo or whatever his name is. And it's pretty neat. It's like they really go all out on this, because they have so many cast members, and that are all decked out in like the Imperial garb. It's like you've been captured by the Empire or whatever, and they kind of talk rude to you, like they're mean because they're bad guys, And my daughter, she even made a comment. She's like, "This is probably the only job in Disneyland where you get paid to be mean to people." And that was funny. But it was really, that's not very well detailed. It feels like you're in the movie. You're walking through the spaceship, and they have all these stormtroopers lined up, and they have everything. It's really awesome. And then that was well worth the wait. So if you go there, you got to see the new Star Wars ride, that Rise of the Resistance, or I think it's called. And that was really awesome. And then time goes fast there. We were able to do a couple more rides. We were able to do Later at night, the lines died down, so we were able to just hop right on, like Pirates of the Caribbean, that old staple. We did Haunted Mansion. Uh, and we did the what's that one roller coaster? Uh, what's it called? Something Mountain. I don't know, but that was a really good roller coaster. And we had a really really great time, and we spent the whole day there. I think we all had fun. I think we all loved it, and it makes me not want to wait another 15 years before I go again. Number one, because in 15 years from now, who knows what kind of shape I'll be in. I had to rent a scooter. We rented these scooters. This is the first time we've ever done this. We rented two of those little scooters that you ride on. You sit on them and ride them, because I just can't walk like that anymore, like I used to be able to walk. I can't walk through the park like that. I just can't do it, man. I didn't know I was that old and decrepit. So I'm glad we got those scooters, because it really helped a lot. And then we kind of traded off on them, but I kind of hogged up a lot of the time. But in 15 years from now, I'm gonna need like a stretcher. Someone's just hauling me around on a stretcher. I don't know. But anyhow, it was a great time going to Disneyland, and so it kind of brings it back to what I was talking about earlier about the shooting in Highland Park in Chicago. They were having, those people before that shooting, they were having a great time. They were watching a 4th of July parade. They were with their family. So just think, like I'm in Disneyland, so you can I think we can all relate to doing something with our families that we love doing, and we're having a great time. And then just imagine some asshole all of a sudden whips out an AR-15 and starts mowing down the crowd. And that's happening more and more and more. And so I guess the theme of today's show is kind of about gun control. We need to control these goddamn guns and who gets them. I don't care what you say about the Second Amendment. Fuck the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is not a God-given right. The Second Amendment has been turned and twisted off of its original meaning, its original intent so many times that it's not even remotely what the framers were talking about. But taking all that aside, there is no just unlimited right to any gun you want, any person getting any gun they want, anytime, anywhere. The government has a right to put restrictions on guns. And we need to restrict those goddamn things, especially those the ARs. I think they should just be taken completely off the market. And of course, and then we need to do, of course, I think, universal background checks. We need, the red flag laws. I think we need to raise the age to some of these guns from, some people saying from 18 to 21. I think maybe even 25. But like I said earlier, we need to stop politicians, and these are Republicans. Democrats aren't doing this. The Republicans need to stop bending over backwards for these gun manufacturers. They need to stop defending them. They need to start defending the American people. The American people need to be able to feel reasonably safe so that when they do go to a 4th of July parade with their families and with their children, or when they do send their kids to school, like in Uvalde and other schools that we've had these shootings at, and schools that we haven't yet had shootings at. they need to feel pretty secure and safe that their children are going to come back at the end of the day, you know. It's getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm kind of going back to what I started the show off with, but it is probably, I think, that's the number one issue going on right now. It's not inflation. It's not a looming recession. It's not gas prices. Those are things that we'll all deal with. We'll all work through them in time. They will work their way through. But things like mass shootings, those are things that will never go away. That dead person will never be able to come back to life. And that dead person's loved ones, especially their parents, or their children, if it was their parents that was killed, they will never be the same again. Now, they might sure be able to go on and cope and live, and they can, as time goes by, but they will never, their lives will be forever changed. And they will mourn those deaths for the rest of their lives in some fashion. This isn't like recession. This isn't like, you know, high gas prices. High gas prices are going to come down. And eventually, we won't even care about gas because we're all going to be on electric vehicles or some sort of renewable power vehicles. And that's going to happen. Might take a few more years, but by the end of this decade, most of us are going to be on probably electric vehicles. But by the end of this decade, all the people that have died in these shootings, they'll still be dead. And the people who survived that will still be mourning. Okay? So that's why the gun issue is the most important issue right now, I think. Because it's happening every day. We're having more than one every single day, a mass shooting in this country. Every day. The average is what, 1.1 or 1.2 or whatever it is. So it's more than one every single day, a mass shooting. And this isn't happening in other countries. Now I think Denmark had a shooting the other day. A guy I think he killed 3 or 4 people or whatever it was. And that's horrible. It's awful. And that's the first shooting they've had in who knows how many years. And it's probably going to be years before they have another one. We have them every single day in this country. It doesn't even come close. The United States is way up here with our shootings, our mass shootings, gun violence. And the number 2 country is way down here somewhere in terms of the numbers. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting and it's sickening and it needs to stop. So I'm going to just keep harping this over and over and over again. You need to vote. And I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but I'm going to tell you that Republicans aren't going to help us. Republicans aren't going to defend us against the gun industry because the Republicans are in bed with the gun industry. The Republicans are financed by the gun industry for their campaigns. More than Democrats. You might say, well, Democrats do it too. Okay, remember I was doing the thing up here with the U.S. and the other countries? Okay, well, the amount of Republicans that are taking money and how much money they're taking, they're way up here. And the amount of money and the amount of Democrats that are taking money from the gun industries, is way down here. Okay, so there you'll find a few, but you can see there's a difference. They're not the same. The two parties aren't the same. Okay. So I'm going to urge everyone to vote. I'm going to keep telling you, vote probably every time I do a show. I'm just going to say vote, vote, vote. And the 81 million people that voted for Joe Biden in 2020, you need to show up in 2022. I'm so sick and tired of this bullshit where we get all excited and we elect a Barack Obama, and then in 2010 we don't show up, and then the Tea fucking party shows up and they take over and fuck everything up. Let's not repeat that. We got a good president. In this first year, people were saying he was like the next FDR. People were saying that he was out burning Bernie. Okay, and now he's been slowed down because of the inflation and all that bullshit. But he's still a good president, and if you give him the Congress that he needs, so that we can make Manchin and Sinema irrelevant. We don't have to work on a razor thin edge where we need the vice president to come down and do a tiebreaker. You know, let's make it so that we pick up seats in the Senate. Let's make sure we keep the House, which is very close also. Otherwise, what the fuck good was voting in 2020? Although, I mean, yeah, it's better than having Trump, but if you felt passionate enough in 2020 to vote for Joe Biden, you should feel just as equally passionate about 2022 and making sure that you get Joe Biden the Congress that he needs in order to get through, you know, the things that he campaigned on. Vote.org. Go check it out. Make sure you're registered. Find out everything you need to know about voting. Vote.org. Okay. All right. So what else is going on today? What else we got? Let me just go through some of the socials here real quick. In Facebook, there's a 1999 Dodge Ram 1500 that's for sale for $3,500. I've been thinking about getting a van. This one looks like just a cargo van or something. Maybe I could build it out. Because I want a camper van. But the thing is, if I got like a cargo van and I tried to build it out myself and make it to a camper van, I just don't know if I have the time, you know, to do it. Because I'm always on the road. So if I bought that van, it would just sit. So I think I need to get one that's already made. It's kind of funny. I don't know if you saw this. Well, not funny, but this picture of the women's basketball player. She's in Russia. They've been holding her, Brittany Griner, and it's, I don't know if you can see that or not, but why did they choose that picture? Like her with her eyes all like, you know? I mean, are they trying to make? Did they think, oh, that's a funny picture? I mean, they could have picked a better picture. So that's all I'm saying. Mortgage rates fall to 5.3, reflecting recession fears. So they're afraid there's going to be a recession. So they dropped the 30-year fixed rate from 5.7 to 5.3. Alrighty, so there's that. If you're into that kind of thing, into mortgages and things of that nature, and things of this nature, you see. Don't you see? It's the things of this nature that we're talking about. Yes. Motel 6 they would like. I don't know what they like. It says there's some sort of inconvenience. I don't know what that's about. Oh, maybe it's. Oh, there's a. I think it's just a email copy of my receipt. Okay, that's fine. I don't know if any of you know, but I do play this game called CSR2. I play it a lot, and I really like it a lot. And they sent me an email saying that there's a new car, the Lotus Evija, that is available. It's a fun game. If you ever go onto that game, if you ever download it, it's CSR2. And if you want to be on my crew, which would be awesome, we could be on the same crew and we build points together. We combine our points with all the crew members. And if we get enough points, we get a free car for the game. It's not a real car in real life, but it's a car for the game. So if you want to be, if you're into gaming and you like cars and stuff like that, and you want to be on my crew, go to CSR2, download the game, and then you're going to look for a crew. And when you, I guess you can just, I think there's a search bar, right? You just put in Fowler's Wrath. Fowler''S is the first word. Second word, Wrath. WRATH. Look for that. Request to join. And I don't know if it automatically joins you, because sometimes I've seen it where people just all of a sudden are on my team, on my crew, and I didn't approve it, which is fine. But I don't know if I, so anyhow, but just request it, go on it, be a part of my crew, and we together shall dominate the world. Fowler's Wrath is the name of the crew. That'd be awesome. That'd really be awesome if I could get, because I have about 22 crew members, but only like 6 of them actually race, so it sucks. It'd be nice if I could get 22 that would actually race every day, you know, and then we would dominate. So if you're into gaming, you're into the car games, CSR2, download it, and then join the crew. The crew that you want to join is Fowler's Wrath. Fowler's Wrath. There's that, and then also while you're on here, you need to like, share, subscribe. That'd be really awesome. Trucker John coming at you from Las Vegas, Nevada. I go live every Tuesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. Now, last Tuesday I didn't go live at 9 a.m. because I was getting ready to go to Disneyland. And then when I was in the park, I did do a little bit of a live as I was, I think it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. As I was on my little scooter there, I went ahead and shot about 20 minutes or so live videos. So that was kind of cool. If you want to go check that out. But do it now, man. Join Fowler's Wrath on CSR2. You'll be glad you did. You will be glad that you did that because it's a fun game. I think it's a fun game. And who knows? We might win a car or something because they have what they do is they have a 2-week season. So the new season just started today, and then it goes for 14 days, and then after the 14 days, the teams that have the most points, they win prizes, and if you get to a certain level, you win a car. But there's a whole list of different things you'll win. So we probably would win some key. They have keys. They have gold coins that you use for the game. They have all these little tokens and things. And we for sure would win a bunch of those. We win those quite every 2 weeks. We win those. So join Fowler's Wrath. You'll be glad you did. Here I am from Las Vegas, Nevada. There's my view from my room. You can see the beautiful pool down there, and then across the freeway you see casinos that are on Las Vegas Strip. There's Treasure Island and the Mirage and Harrah's and Caesar's Palace and a few other ones. And if we pan to the right, this is, if you've ever been to Las Vegas and you see the big Rio kind of tower, that's it right there. That window is kind of dirty, but. And then down further down the strip, you can see some more buildings. Those tall ones there, I think they're still building those. I don't think those are even open yet. And then to the right, I think is like New York, and all that stuff. So pretty cool. I like this room. I got it on hotwire.com for $17. So can't beat that with a stick. So anyhow, I'm going to have to get going pretty quick here. I got some stuff I'm going to do. I'm still looking for a load. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. The loads are really weird. Like, they have all these weird dates on them. Like, they're either posted where if it's the date to pick them up is like in the past, even though it hasn't been done yet, I can't request it because, you know, it's in the past. And then they have these other loads that would pick up now, but they don't deliver until August 3rd, which is like almost a month from now. So I'm not going to do that. It's really weird. So I'm just waiting for the right load to come in. So who knows? Hopefully I'll be out of here maybe tomorrow morning, but I'll just keep watching the load board until something comes up. So until then, I will be I will be here, and I will be getting ready. Getting ready to get out of here. Here we go. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That means it's going down. I want to thank everyone who stopped by and checked out the show. Remember to hit the like button, smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss a thing. You don't want to miss anything that Trucker John puts out. Trucker John is one badass mofo. I will be back Tuesday from who knows where. Could be a rest area. Could be a truck stop. It might be the Rio Hotel. Or some other hotel in Las Vegas where I get a good deal from hotwire.com. Or it might even be, yes, ladies and gentlemen, a Walmart parking lot. So until then, next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, safe travels, my friends. I'll see you then. Ciao.